it's Lacey and welcome back to our space. So today in our space, I am going to be making another wreath for you guys. I asked in my last video, which was my Dollar Tree Snowflake DIY wreath, if you guys wanted to see a series of wreaths over the next couple of months. I plan on doing ones that are winter themed, some that are holiday themed, and some that are just fun that I want to do. So today we are going to be utilizing this 18-inch wire reform from the Dollar Tree in all of the products that I am going to use on this, except for a little bit of ribbon that I have in my stash come from the Dollar Tree. I asked on the community tab if you guys wanted to see a more detailed wreath or a simpler wreath, a more expensive wreath that could cost up to $20, or a cheaper wreath that was $10 or less, and overwhelmingly people said both. So this one is going to run around $10 if you have to buy most of the supplies. Next thing we're going to use for this is we're going to be utilizing these dusters. These are like the Swiffer dusters, and they come with the little handle. It's a 3-piece set, and it says 360 because it's all the way around the duster. I bought 3 packs of these, so there will be 2 dusters in each one. And when you open them up, they look like this. So they are fluffy on both sides, and then there is a section for you to put the handle in, and I think I have the right side. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these apart. Now they will tear, so be very careful. I'm putting my thumbs in and pulling them apart. There's a little piece of thread in there that holds them together. I don't think you really need to cut it because I don't want to cut into these, because I have a feeling the actual duster part will fall apart. So just take your time and peel them apart. I already did this to one and I did tear it a little, but I wouldn't worry about it. If you do, we can still use it. So you get a piece like that once it is fully open. If a piece tears off, don't worry, you can glue it back. What we're going to do is we're going to glue it around the outer edge so it looks nice and fluffy. Now this was not my idea. I give credit where credit is due. This is all over Pinterest. It's all over Facebook. So I am just utilizing this for part of our wreath. Okay, so here I just laid the pieces down. Nothing is glued, so you guys could see that I opened all 3 boxes, and I have a full one here that I haven't done anything to, and I have these pieces that broke, but you can just add them in. It's okay if you tear it, and you can just put them in and glue them down. So how I'm going to glue this down is I'm going to glue to the outer pieces of the wire frame. I'm going to leave this inner piece unglued. Okay, so here's what this looks like. We have it all the way around the edge, and I'm not actually going to glue it underneath because you can't see the outer rim, and that's all I really wanted. I left the inner rim section here without any of the duster on it because it's going to get covered up anyway. And so now we're going to move on to the next part. Though let me also say I did not use one full of these. I left it together, and I had a couple of pieces left over. Now remember, these are Dollar Tree reforms, so they're all going to be slightly different, and some may be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. I would still buy 3 of the duster packs so you have enough. Now Dollar Tree got in this year some really nice new charger plates. These are the red and black buffalo check, as you can see, and they all have words on them. This is the one that we are going to be using. It is saying "'Tis the season," and I absolutely love it. We're going to be placing that in here and gluing it down. They also had this one that said "Comfort and Joy," and there are 2 more styles. I know One says cookies for Santa, and I'm not sure what the other one said. You can use any of these you like to make your wreath, but I'm going to be using the 'Tis the Season one. So what we are going to do is we are going to glue this inside of this wreath form. Now it's not actually going to touch this metal piece, the big circle, but it will touch all of the crossbars, and that's what we're going to glue it to. I'm going to just take a bowl and set it down because it will not reach it if it is not on a bowl or something to elevate the plate. And then I'm going to turn it over and glue down all of these crossbars on here. I'm going to tuck in all of the duster so I don't glue the duster because I don't want it to be hindered. And then I'm going to glue the crossbars to the wreath form, just where it's attached. I'm going to do that with hot glue right now, and then I am going to add some E6000 glue. Now I already put a dab of hot glue on this one over here and that one over there because I wanted to make sure that this was even around there inside of the form. If it's slightly off, it's not going to really make a difference, and especially if you have some of the duster left over, you can cut little pieces and tuck it in if you can see around the edges. Anyway, we're going to glue all these down and let it dry with the hot glue, and then come back with a little E6000 glue to ensure that it's going to stay. And then you're going to let that dry completely. Do not try to work with this until it is completely dry because the plate will just fall out. And try to be careful and not drip it down onto your duster. Okay, so now it's completely dry. I doubled up on the hot glue and then I put a little E6000 glue on it. But just in case, I am all for this not falling apart on you guys if you decide to do it. I took some tape and I taped it down around the inner portion of this ring and down to the plate. And I'm just using electrical tape. You wouldn't use Scotch tape, any other tape but Scotch tape. You probably could even use some washi tape if you want it because it's pretty strong too. And I'm just going to do that in a couple of little areas just to hold it on there to make it a little more secure. So that's what that looks like, and we're going to move on. Now we're just going to flip it back over, and I tell you it's really quite light, and this is what you have. Now if you don't have enough, oh, this one's kind of falling apart. If you don't have enough of your duster around to make it look like fur around the bottom edges and on the sides here, and it looks a little sparse, you can see through there, that's where if you have any leftover duster, you can cut and tuck it in. Mine is pretty good. There's a little bit of a gap here at the top, but that is fine because we're going to be covering that up and you're not going to see it. But you can read the 'Tis the Season at the bottom really well, and all of this is nice and fluffy. Okay, next, Dollar Tree got in these really nice new picks. And I think I'm going to be using 2 of them on here. Okay, here they are. I simply fluffed them up just a little. I pulled the leaves out basically because they were kind of tucked in crazy. And I'm going to take and place one at the top on each side. Something like this. Then I'm going to make a bow to go across the middle. I have several Dollar Tree ribbons, and so let me show you. I have this one that has some snowflakes on it, and it has some red edging to it. Then, because I am going to be adding another piece and it has a little burlap on it, I'm going to use a little bit of burlap ribbon, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. And I also have this Dollar Tree buffalo check with snowflake ribbon that I picked up. I also have some white Dollar Tree glitter ribbon. And then after I get my bow together, which I think I'm going to make it where it's really full and fluffy and kind of like a crown and kind of like a nest, because we are going to be adding this cute little guy that came from Dollar Tree in the ornament section at the top. Okay, loves, I just decided that how cute would he be if he just sits here? So we are going to take a wood stem for sure and glue it in here like he's on a little tree, and then we're going to set him in the middle instead. Okay, loves, so I have my bow here and it's all fluffed, and I know I'm gonna have questions. How did you make this? Do a tutorial on it. I have a bow tutorial already on my channel and I will link it down below. I did not fluff this all on camera because it would take forever. So basically all I did was pull all of the pieces out, twist them around, and try not to have too many of the same color next to each other, and then I cut different ends. On this one I just cut normal straight diagonal ends. On this one I made points. On this one I made flag ends or fishtails, it depends on what you call it. And then on this one I made like a double fishtail. I just cut them all different so it would be like some kind of whimsical chaos. I like my bows, my signature bow like this, to be kind of messy and really full, and people really like this bow. I've been doing it for a long time and that's why I did the tutorial on it, but it's really up to you how you want it to look. So it ended up being this big, which is quite huge. So I took these apart at the top because there was not enough room for it to sit, and I am going to now glue them down to the plate wider so that my bow actually fits between the picks, and we're going to put that down. And then after that I found this wood stem and this crazy wood stem and the wood stems that come from Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue those together, put them on the plate, and I'm going to add my owl. I know it doesn't need the owl. You can stop here and it will be perfect wreath. It'd be really pretty to hang on the wall, but I want to add an owl, so I'm gonna add an owl. I don't know, I'm gonna put him on there, and it's a plastic charger plate. If I don't like him later, I can take him off and have the wreath just like this. Okay, loves, and here is my final project, and I'm really sorry about the lighting. It is ooky out here, and so this is the best lighting I can get showing it to you hung up, but I will do some close-ups and hopefully the lighting will be better. So every piece of this except for the white ribbon that is on the bow came from Dollar Tree, and I really tried to find my sparkly white ribbon. They have it out right now and I have some, but I have misplaced it. And I am in love with how this turned out. Now the hardest part of this is just sitting and waiting for the glue to dry on the back of it, because you do have to wait for it to dry. You saw that I added some electrical tape to make sure that it doesn't come off. It's lightweight, you don't have to worry about it. This is not an outside wreath. The dusters would not last outside with this wreath. I don't think the little owl would either, especially if you live somewhere like I do in Michigan. It would be destroyed in like one day. So this is an inside wreath. Also, the dusters collect any lint, any hair, anything. So be really careful with it. We have two chihuahuas. One is chocolate brown. His name is Dozer. And I got one Dozer hair on one of the dusters and it took me 15 minutes to peel it out. That's how clingy it is. So be really careful with that. Besides that, it was super easy to do. Didn't take much time and I love it. I absolutely love the owl in the bottom. I know it makes it really busy and it may not be everybody's cup of tea. You could not put him on, and I think it will be beautiful. I showed you that with it laying down. I should have hung it up and showed you, but I didn't. I am going to keep him on there. He is my new little friend. Or you could put him on and make a smaller bow, and the bow doesn't have to be so chaotic and crazy up there, but I love that. That is my signature bow, and I think it just brings it all to life. So if you have any questions, please put those in the comment section down below. This I am just calling my buffalo check woodland wreath, I guess, because it has the little owl on it. I know I was asked to do a rustic wreath. This is not it. I have an idea for a rustic wreath, and we will see if that comes out. I do believe one of my subscribers, and I can't remember your name. I want to call a name, but I don't want to call the wrong name. But I am looking into doing that. And if you have any other suggestions for any wreaths in my series, let me know. So this is number 2 in my wreath series. If you didn't see number 1, it's the snowflake wreath that I did. I will link that down below too. It's all over Facebook. I have it posted on Instagram, and of course the tutorial is here on YouTube. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, for liking, and always sharing my videos. Without you sharing my videos, I would not have 16,000 subscribers right now. So thank you so very much. But if you are not a subscriber here over at Lacee Space, I don't know why not. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button, become a member, hang out with us for a while. We have a lot of fun here. We make a lot of cool things here, and you're not going to want to miss out. Like I said, I have a wreath series coming up. This is number 2. I'm thinking 5 altogether, maybe more, depending on how much time I have before the holidays hit us. Also, if you like, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Lacee Space, the same way it's spelled here, and I will catch all of you in my next video. Bye, loves.